what are some of the ways that you create separation to take you from being in the what I call the commodity dungeon, where they just see you as being another commodity, another person, you're all the same?
All the same.
What do you do to separate yourself? Hi everyone, we have got the good-looking Amy Kaslar. 2012 was the #1 salesperson for the LJ Hooker Group. Now she's a franchise owner. Competition's harder. She's up against Bill Maloof in Double Bay now as a principal. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you. Hi, Tom.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
You're all good. So very little preparation for this interview. We're just going to go with the flow. I'm going to try and keep it in 20 minutes because these guys have got low ADD watching this,
Okay,
like me. What I was going to ask you, Amy, is how long have you been in real estate?
So I'm in my 15th year.
Okay, and you've got kids as well?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
2 children.
$1 million rider?
Yes.
And average price is how much?
About $850.
Yeah.
For
Okay, and at the moment you've got a team of 2 assistants?
2 assistants, yes.
What do they do?
Okay, so I separate their roles. I've got Jo, who is an administration PA, and she basically works Monday to Friday, gets all the listings prepared, and then I've got Sue that works with me more in a buyer's agent advocate kind of role.
Okay, when did you put on your first PA? What were you writing in GCI?
Around 400,000.
Do you roughly know what year that was?
That would be probably around 2009.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you put your second one at what GCI level?
Around 600.
Let me ask you, what do you think's your strength as an estate agent, Amy?
I would say probably I'm personable too, so people can relate to me quite easily, and probably to do with my follow-up too. I'm very big on following up.
So when you say follow-up, what does follow-up mean to you? Following up people from past listing presentations or buyers? What do you mean by?
Yeah. So when I built my database, you've got to remember we opened a brand new office with no real estate experience and no rent roll. So I've been out and
because you've got 2 offices now, which is Thornley and Beecroft.
Yeah.
And you work out of both of those, and both are new startups.
Yes, exactly. Oh, Beecroft, we bought an existing agency and rebranded.
Okay.
Yeah.
So explain how starting from scratch at the follow-up. You were about to say something.
Okay, so what I did with the Thornley office, so when we opened, I just focused on one particular suburb and then I just built up a database from there. And that's probably my main area that I get listings from today. So the big thing was in doing past market appraisals and things like that, I make sure that I'm in touch with people all the time. Past buyers, past vendors that are still moved within our area, so that sort of thing.
Okay, when you started out meeting these people, how did you go about meeting them?
Yeah, door knocking.
Wow.
Door knocking, cold calling, and we used to do what we called net worth letters, which were sending out a letter, then following up and then putting people on market reports.
Okay, a net worth letter is sending a letter out saying, do you want to get a report?
A free report, that's right.
On your home, and then you'd follow that up with what, a door knock or
a phone call.
A telemarketing, and then you'd get their details and they go into your database, which I presume you use the Hooker database?
Yes, that's right.
And their name and email, is that the data?
Well, you got to remember this was 15 years ago too, so not as many emails then. But what we would do is we used to send a lot out hard copy, so in the post, and we've now converted a lot over to email.
Right.
And we were really the first agency to do those kind of market reports in our area. So it was
How many
a different
pages
service.
is a report?
We use it for the suburbs, so usually it can be anywhere from 2 to 3 pages, and we usually go over the last 3 months.
Okay, so someone gets a report how often?
Every quarter.
Every quarter. How many people in your database?
Huge.
Huge. Thousands?
Thousands.
Okay, so thousands of people are getting a quarterly report?
Yes.
From you now. Some get it in hard copy, some get it in email. Is that your best stay in touch strategy that you've got with people?
Look, I think you can't just rely on that. That's not enough, because now a lot of other agents are doing the same thing. So you need to have, I think, a lot of different avenues, and you need to follow up with phone calls. I invite a lot of my database out to open homes and auctions and things like that. It's another point of contact.
Right.
So there's a whole range of ways that I stay in touch with people.
Okay. So what are your main sources of listing presentations, like getting into the door? Is it past presentations from your database, or do you also pick up new?
Be a combination, so probably past appointments that I've done and just staying in touch with them, but also through open homes.
Right.
Open homes are a huge lead source.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any tips on running an amazing open home?
Well, we make sure, like we look at it and say, well, we're on show for those 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's really important that I have 2 agents minimum at every open house, so that one can be taking names and numbers, but it frees me up to talk to people.
Your assistants?
Yeah, that's right. So, and I think like we do things like open home boards, we've got arrows out, so that's really on show.
Start of the start of the day.
Start of the day, yeah, they go out first thing in the morning. But we also ask people that come through our open homes, well, what suburb are you living in? So straight away we'll make contact and look, well, are they local? And then
so is that one of the first questions you ask at the open? And is the conversation continued at the open or done on the phone on the Monday?
A bit of both.
Right.
So if I've got time, depends on how many people are there. If you've got
Right.
30 to 40 groups through, well, that's going to be a little bit harder. But a lot of people within my area I already know, so I'll make sure that I have conversations with them. If they're coming to an open home, there's a reason why.
Yeah.
So I'll try and just have a bit of a low-key conversation, but then I'll always make sure I follow up.
Got a great database, you stay in contact with them, you're great at marketing, and between those two things, most of your business?
Most of my business, and then open homes.
And then
so I'll
open
meet a
homes.
lot of new people through open homes.
So you're using your current listings to help you meet new
Exactly.
listings. Can I ask you typical questions that help you get into more homes via open homes? How do you segment and qualify out someone that you're meeting at an open home? Firstly, you said to me, you find out where do they live.
Where they live.
That's like the big one.
That's the big question. And then I guess, what's the reason for them attending the open home? Are they just looking to compare values, that sort of thing? Are they thinking of a move? If you're thinking of a move, would you be interested in an update?
Yeah.
I really just try and ask a lot of questions to find a way in.
Yeah.
Not be too intrusive, but it's just like if you want a quick update, 10, 15 minutes, I can give you an idea of what your home's worth.
Got you. Okay, next thing I was going to ask you is, do you go into an area that agents offer low fees, or it's not really an issue?
Of course.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, look, it's maybe more profound in some areas than in others, but in generally wherever there's competition to get listings, which is most of Australia, it's an issue. What are some of the ways that you create separation to take you from being in what I call the commodity dungeon, where they just see you as being another commodity, another person, you're all the same?
All the same.
What do you do to separate yourself?
I think you've got to find out, well, what's the most important thing to them. What are they looking for, and then I try and keep fees and marketing to one side.
Right.
You need to know who are you comfortable with, and if you put that to one side, are you happy to proceed with me?
Does that happen over 2 meetings or one?
Bit of both.
Right.
Yeah, usually there'll probably be 2, I would
Right.
say. But I'll try and get as much information as I can in the first appointment.
Right.
I try and always ask for the business too.
Amy, you're one of the keynote speakers at ARIC,
Yes.
and you go from the heights of exhilaration to the depths of depression in 24 hours in your business, right? So the reason, the why, the passion as to why someone wants to do it must be something that keeps you going.
Yeah.
Have you got a big why?
Yeah, look, you really need to have that. You need to understand why you're getting out of bed every day.
Right.
What are you doing this for? And really for me it's, my kids
Right.
and my family, and being able to provide for them and that sort of thing. But at the same time you have to love what you do, especially this business, because it just takes so much of your time and energy.
Yeah.
And if you're going to give it 100%, then you really need to really put the effort in.
You're all in real estate, aren't
Yeah.
you? I mean, this is like not, I'm involved in real estate, or I'm, do a bit of selling. You are
I am.
all in.
All in, yeah.
Alrighty, look, guys and girls, you've seen, I get asked all the time to get more females on, and Amy, who is, $1 million agent, doesn't work in an area where they're all mansions at $5 million. Obviously does good volume numbers, sells a lot of property to actually have the numbers and the title that she's got. I want to thank you for coming in. That was outstanding. And I think that anyone out there that thinks to themselves it's too hard to actually have a family life and be super successful in real estate can take an example that it's not easy, but it's worth it.
It's worth it. Yeah.
And can be done.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Amy. Just spent 1 minute talking to Kristen, and I've got to tell you that she is a special chick. She is a special person. She's also one of the speakers at ARIC 2014, and I've just worked out why that is the case. Hi, Kristen, how are you?
Good.
So don't be shy, and you shouldn't be shy, because I've just found out that you have written to date nearly 700 grand in gross commission. So you're on track for the 1 year, financial year 2014, to write over $1 million in commission, and you've only been in real estate for 2 years.